Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Kids Books read by Alyssa. Today I'll be reading a book about manners. In this book called Mind Your Manners in School. It is written by Adriana Kendall and illustrated by Rosa M. Curto. Back to school. John is going to a new school, but he doesn't want to go. He tells his mother that he doesn't know his classmates, his teacher, or his new classroom. Anne, a girl in class, sees that John is very sad. She meets him outside the school and takes his hand. Anne and John soon became close friends. Be an early bird. Anne is an early bird and is always first to arrive at school. Peter, however, is often late. Snuggled under his blankets, he has a hard time getting up. Then he thinks of his waiting classmates and he jumps up. Are you an early bird? Learn to be patient. Today, the children are learning to work with clay. Peter is making some awesome animals that never break. Laura is not as patient as Peter. She looks upset and just can't get started. Peter sees this and offers to help her. Now she's happy with the clay figure she's making. Do you guys have some patience? Washing your hands. Playing on the playground is so much fun. The children play ball, jump rope, and play with sand. When they go back to the classroom, all the kids must wash their hands. Anne doesn't like to wait in line. Sometimes she goes straight back to her place at the table. Laura reminds her to clean her hands, and she may get their books and school supplies dirty. Nobody wants that. We always gotta wash our hands, kids. Always better to be safe. Learning to share. The toys at school are for everyone, and classmates should share them. Nora's older brother always lets her borrow his box of colored pencils. However, when Nora brings some storybooks to school, she doesn't want to let anyone borrow them. When she realizes that her classmates like to read new stories as much as she does, she finally shares her books. It is always good to share with a fellow classmate or even another student. Sharing is caring. Everybody play. When games are played in the playground or classroom, the more people who play, the better. Paul and Lucy especially enjoy playing ball, and they want several kids to play with them. They both know that it's more fun to include everyone. That's why all the children at their school get a chance to play. You never want to leave anybody out. Everybody wants to play. Is everybody ready? Today, the children will paint a picture to take home. They can't begin because Mary is still walking around. Everyone must be seated and ready before they can start. Martin has to call her to sit next to him. Then, at last, she rushes to her seat. So we don't want to get up without the teacher's permission, right, kids? Quiet! It has been several days since school started, and John is feeling better about school every day. He has so many friends and so many things to talk about. He talks even when he should listen to the teacher or work quietly. This bothers his classmates who want to hear what the teacher has to say. They often have to ask John to be quiet and pay attention. So when your teacher's talking, it's always so helpful to keep it down and be quiet while the teacher's talking. So you don't want to miss anything she says. Right, boys and girls? That's not funny. It isn't easy to say who likes to kid around the most in class, but David and Rachel surely like to tease their classmates. They often make jokes that are not always funny. Sometimes their jokes are cruel, and they are the only ones who laugh. Jokes are only funny when everyone can enjoy them. So the lesson here is we don't want to make anybody feel sad. Jokes are only funny when everybody can enjoy them. If not, you're picking on the kid. And that's not nice, boys and girls. Pick up and clean up. We all know that after playing and working, it's time to pick up and clean up. Pick up toys and waste paper after cutting. Clean your brushes after using paints, and put away your supplies. We all know this, but don't always do it. In John's class, they had a good idea. Every day, one classmate makes sure everyone helps to keep the classroom clean. Today, it's Adrian's turn. So it's always good to pick up after yourself. And make sure your area is nice and clean. And help others if they need help. Helping each other. How high can you count? Did you know that even if we wanted to, we could never finish counting? Numbers are infinite. That means they continue forever. Paul and Nora have a great time playing with numbers. Lucy and David find math a little difficult. Since the four of them are friends, they help one another. This makes their work seem easier, so math is more fun. So if you see another classmate struggling with a specific topic, help them if you're good at it. And then that'll make them good at it too. Let's talk about it. Do you think that kids who hit other kids are stronger and braver? Peter doesn't. He explains to Laura that these kids haven't learned to solve their problems by talking. He knows that words can help to make friends, so he pushes fighters away. If you have fights often, try to find solutions by talking like Peter does. So you always want to talk it out. You don't want to resort to violence. It'll never answer the question, and it'll never make you feel any better. Fighting is not good. You're lucky. John, Anne, Peter, Nora, Paul, Lucy, Mary, Martin, David, Rachel, and Adrian are about to finish school. They have learned to live together with their group. They respect and help one another, and this is as important as all the learning they accomplish. They are all very lucky because they have learned to share so much together. I hope you guys learned a lot today. Everyone is different. As you have seen, not everyone likes to do the same things. Some can draw very well, and others can read or do math well. We can help one another by sharing our talents. No two people are exactly alike, and that's why we can always learn something from someone else. All right, I guess that's all, guys. Thanks for listening. Come back soon to read with me.